Hello everyone, as you can see, my character looks a little bit different. I went to talk to the Moogle delivery service thing because I forgot that's where I was headed before last time. So we're gonna continue off where we were and just pick up these side quests, and then I'll quickly run over to the Moogle delivery so you can see what that is. XIV is shirking duty and could do with a wake-up call. Sure, darling, you can come for a ride. Huh? Where am I? Who are you? And most importantly, where'd she go? Ah, bugger. Did my shift start already? The hell's with it, I'm bleeding exhausted anyway. Mind taking this Giganasu at the... Giganasu? Yeah. At the dispatch yard outside the city, he'll probably give you something for the trouble. So the gear that I'm wearing right now, which you can see, is one of the rewards for having subscribed for a certain period of time. I can't remember exactly when, but you can see those on Square Enix's site or the MOG station or something like that. Botel finds himself at a loss after realizing the package he carries is not his own. Pray let me catch my breath. I went all the way to Scorpion Crossing for a package, but only just realized I've returned with the wrong one. The way back is so far. I simply can't. Would you make the trip back in my stead? I'm sure some poor soul at Scorpion Crossing is missing this package. I haven't the breath left to tell you the way. Go and see. Mimushu. So, just over here is where the Moogle delivery person thingy... Moogle delivery... the mailman, I guess. I actually quite like them. They're very cute. I'll just get a close-up of that. Because who doesn't like to see a Moogle? The dialogue is kind of amusing too, but I'll leave that for you guys to find out on your own. Unless I'm convinced otherwise. So, there I go with the map again. We can go to Western Thanalin, which I think we need to do for the story quest. Nope. We need to go this way for the central. Okay. We would go this way first. To... what was that? Central Thanalin? And I could be running. I always have this habit of not running because I'm so used to being able to move with mounts and stuff in the game, so I don't usually run within the cities unless I'm in a really big rush. I even got mail, which I just noticed, so I really should have talked to the Moogle. Oh well. Well, here we go. I need to head this way. But first, we'll kill some marmots, because why not? And I apologize for in the first video, the combat really overpowered my talking, which might be a bad thing, it might not be. I don't know. I'm sure that was a bad thing. The reason why I'm killing these is if you can see there's the symbol over top, which means they're part of my hunt log. So that'll give me some extra experience. As you can see right there, the hunt log is completed now for that particular monster. And you can also see the bonus experience down over here because of that. I'm gonna do the same thing with the snapping shrew since we're here. I believe well, as you can see down here, it actually shows you in the chat where, how many you still need to kill for that hunt log. And there's Papa Sheen. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Moomdi advised me to expect, I am Papa Sheen, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I truly am no more than a tired old Lollafell, passing his final years in quiet and solitude. 12, no, there has been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true Uldans work together, doing it all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Ulda to the grandeur and majesty that you see today. The railways which run through this dispatch yard, too, were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. But there is still much work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Ulda needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited to one of your ability. And now, as you saw just there's that pop-up that tells you that you're now able to go for your next class mission. And so, because I was equipped as Gladiator, it shows me that if I was equipped to another class and I leveled up, it's actually only leveling up that particular class, so it wouldn't actually apply to experience for a Gladiator, as one might assume. Station Master Papa Sheen has a simple task for a fledgling adventurer. Since you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to guard the area, a dispatch to the dispatch yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and featherbeds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out there. It isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. What? Giganasu. Anyone seen Kakazani since last night? Anyone? Torn timetable. A slip of paper indicating the various departure and arrival times of Imagina and Sons Mineral Concerned Freight trains. I'm not sure how to say that name. Like always. Hey, what are you doing with that timetable? I've been looking all over for it. Got it from Kigzana, you say? Why, that useless drunk. I'll wager he has out all night again, chasing after skirts. That's it. The next time he misses his shift, I'm tying him to the tracks. You probably should never miss the... Never do that again. That'd be bad. And on the map, you can see the storyline quests, and, well, since we're there, we can see the serious Sultan Sword. Sworn. What is it? We'll see in a second. Sultan Sworn. Sultan Sworn. Halt, madame! I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head? I read as a question because pretzel? Ah! The Twilight Pretzel. Right, I forgot we got those. I totally knew that. A traditional Dunes folk bread twisted into the shape of a knot and sprinkled generously with coarse ground salt before being baked into a perfectly brown, resembling twilight over thanolin. Or into a perfect brown. Now for some reason I'm hungry for pretzels. State your name and business. A Twilight Pretzel from Papa Sheen? By the gods forgive me, you could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes, well, you may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe so long as I stand watch. Please give Papashine my thanks and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. And on to the next part. Actually, yeah, we'll go that way, because then we're gonna head back into town. Either for our class quest, or probably because there's some sort of storyline quest that we will need to go back in town. Anyway, we'll find out. And there I go, not running again. Stern, Sultan Sword. Western front clear. Eastern front clear. Here, have a pretzel. For me, from Papashine, a twilight pretzel, my favorite! How did he know? Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you would say I have no stomach for fighting. So, how did he get his job? Maybe it's the look. And just because I can, why not? Nobody saw anything. I didn't actually run across the house, the top, whatever that was, building. There's a lot of travel. Mostly it seems long in the early areas because you don't have a mount or any means of moving faster. But the maps are comparatively a lot smaller than in the expansions, which you will see in the future. Survival Sultan Sworn? 12 save me. Scorching days, freezing nights, this post will be the end of me. And here, have a pretzel. A twilight pretzel? Don't mind if I do. Ah, now that's a refreshing pretzel. I feel reborn. Now let's go talk to Papashine. Less time to run. And it's a giant tortoise. And a little garden, which I'm just gonna run through because I lost the direction that I needed to go. And there's Papashine, Papashine. I will learn these names one of these days. You have returned, and with a deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fare our Sultan Sword sentries? Did they have anything to report? Anything at all? He sounds... What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh dear. Take this for your troubles then, and stay a moment. There is more I would ask of you. Yes, because he totally wants the quiet life, but he totally doesn't. Celebrian, I have just this moment. No. The time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you delivered these pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultan Sworn. Papashine is in dire need of your assistance. Cutscene. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen. It must not. I need you to help me find her. And our ever-stoic response. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanolin is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lilira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck. And I guess we're gonna head over that way first. Because why not? And before I forget, I will run that direction. Wanna bet it's the big giant tree? Spoiler, I totally know it's the giant tree. And hippity hop up. Aha. And usually when there's a glowy outline like this, I'll call it the Aurora Borealis type of thing, it usually means that there's a quest with combat and it's a duty, so I'll explain on that after we actually do it. So here we go. Oh, Sultan Tree. And it explains it's here. You're about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. And then, obviously, this explains it further. Duty calls commence battle for underneath the Sultan Tree, so that's the quest title, and if your level is above 8, it will be synced. And we're only level 5, so no syncing there. And basically all that means is your abilities that are level 8 or higher would not be usable during this duty.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear. Show yourself.
As you command, O Lilira. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
I like how he's named Handsome Stranger. because the gear's kind of lacking and only so many abilities. You can notice here that there's dialogue on the top here and on the bottom in the chat here. Usually tells you what you need to do in your duty, along with up here. And look at that, we leveled up while we were in here. That's convenient. Another nice thing about NPCs is, generally speaking, they will heal you if you stay close to them, as I just said here. How I knew that there was more bad guys being added was over here. It tells you which bad guys are actually within the fight. And with that, the duty's complete.
Whew.
Crystal Bearer. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. And shine thy light on all creation.
Ah, coming around now.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream? No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
Well, that was the cutscene there. And we need to report to Papashine now. So let's head back over that way. That's one of the interesting things with the background music, is that every once in a while it doesn't actually play at nighttime. Which is kind of nice, because it gives it the night quiet feel. Oh, yes, that's the other thing I like to do. I like to jump around a lot. It's fun. And we have more NPCs here. Thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured? Or worse? Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you cause to weep, Papashine. You and the people of Ul'dah. Please, you're not to say such things. We will find it. I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, m'lady, but I beg you, please stay put. Stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papashan. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in future. I think that should have been in the future, but okay. For once it wasn't just my misspeak. I cannot thank you enough, Celebrian. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilra from the Void-sent fiends. For your gallant effort, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder? Ah, I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the aether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness of the people of Thanalin as you did to us today. Sistoa? Sure, we'll go with that. Needs a reliable adventurer to deliver a gift to the coffer and coffin. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. I've resolved to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Say that 5 times fast. Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines for which I wait, is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead, and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the royal plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance. And I guess that's just over here. And there's a side quest there, so I guess we might as well pick that up too. Gagari. If Sistoa doesn't come calling soon, this spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. Receipt of purchase. Exchange the slip to the royal plantations for 1 ripe pumpkin. Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight? I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Here is the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Rodger's approval. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such we are always deluged with demand. You know the way to the coffer and coffin, correct? It is beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place where local laborers lounge. I guess we said no, so they gave us the directions. Yaja? Yaja? Sure. Needs help thinning out the snipping shrews population. Thanalin has ever been a barren region. Believe me when I say that it takes no small amount of effort to make crops grow here. We even introduced earthworms to the soil in order to enrich it. Alas, they've been nigh eradicated by snipping shrews, burrowing critters native to these parts. Unless we save the earthworms, the entire plot won't yield so much as a single pumpkin next harvest. Won't you help us by thinning out the shrew population? The Shrew Hills would be the best place to start. And as you can see, there's a purple kind of smoky, gassy hue, which reminds me of Ghastly, the Pokemon. Yeah, I just went there. Anyway, that usually means that there's some sort of beast or combat-related thing when you interact. So earlier in the first video, there was the interaction, and it was just all glowy and rainbowy colored. This is dark and gloomy, and the assumption that there's some sort of combat. And as you can see, there's a shroom. But why wouldn't there be? Because we're disturbing their home, basically. Two more to go. Conveniently, this side quest was right here, so we don't have to go far. Thank you, friend. You truly are the champion of earthworms. I would never have that title except for in a game. Now we can look forward to a plentiful harvest of pumpkins. I wonder which ones will grace the Sultana's plate. Hi Yaja can point you in the direction of work. An idle adventurer is a sorry sight. I've no need of assistance at the moment, but perhaps someone at the Coffer and Coffin wants for a helping hand. Wowo Baru, the resident chef, comes to mind. The man is obsessed with inventing new dishes, and in here his current fascination is fish. If you were to donate some for his cause, I'm sure he'd be grateful. Now, I'm a simple farmer, and I don't know much about fish, but I do know what I like, and I like Orobon. You won't find a more succulent fish in these parts, I tell you. If you have a mind to give some fish to Wowo Baru, I can wholeheartedly recommend Fatty Orobon. 4 slices or so should be enough for him to experiment with. And I guess that's on the way over there anyway, so we might as well head that way. And we'll run again. Because why not? Ah, yes. And the fate system. I won't participate in this one, but I'll just give you a brief overview of how it works. It's a little mini instance where, in this case, actually I can do this one. It's a good way to get experience. It also helps your free company. Gives you additional experience, as I said already. So you see there's a time limit and a kind of description of how this goes. Some of them you kill things, monsters, or in other ones you collect things. Some of them have boss fates, so that means they're a lot harder to kill and you absolutely need a party to kill them. There's usually a time limit. As you can see, there's a countdown of just under 12 minutes right now. And you can see this is the progress bar, so for every kill that I have, or anyone who's participating in this fate, will get it. And participation in a fate, the amount of reward that you get is based on your contribution. If you're in a party and you don't actually contribute much, but you're still nearby and someone in your party contributes, you get a shared amount of contribution, basically, provided you're within that range. When you're too high of a level for a fate, so example, this is a level 5 fate, you can see the level right there, on the right side there, which means it recommends that you're level 5 before you participate in this. If, say, for example, I was level 10 already, it would probably, well, I'm not sure if level 10, but 11 for sure, it would have you sync your level to level 5. So what that does is it reduces the skills that you have. for that period. So if I had a level 12 skill, or a level 11 skill, I guess, since I was level 11, I wouldn't be able to use it while I was synced to this fate. If you leave the ring around you see in the mini-map there, where that's the fate area, if you leave that, you will unsync, so then you'll return to your level and have all your abilities. Sometimes in a fate there's aggressive monsters, so sometimes it's best to kill those before you start the fate, assuming that you're a high enough level that you actually end up syncing to the fate level. If not, then just be cautious of which fates you participate in and where. And see, with that, I not only leveled up, but I also received a reward. I'll just move that up so you can see it better. Hopefully you pause and can see that. So once a fate is complete, a window detailing your reward will be displayed. Rewards are distributed to all event participants and are based not only on success, but individual contributions. So this is the symbol for experience. This is for gil, is similar to the symbol right there. And then this is gold, silver, bronze. The more active you are in completing event objectives, the greater your contribution will be deemed. Contribution is indicated by the gold, silver, or bronze medal that appears on your reward window. There's some special fates that you get rewards if you contribute at a gold level, and that's usually either damage related or kills related, so sometimes it's only a few kills. If it's a boss battle, it's usually a lot higher based on damage. For healers, you don't have to worry about damage, it's just healing for the most part. It doesn't hurt too damage, as there are damage skills for your classes, but there's that. And since we're just need two more, well, one more after this one, the ore bombs, and then we can go to the coffer and coffin, however the name was. I wonder if I could actually... It was just a fluke that I happened to be there when it was bursting. And since we need these for the hunting log, we might as well kill them too. I'm mostly just doing this because it's faster than having to hunt them down later on, so as I'm going. Plus this way, it's more relevant experience. It doesn't matter if you do it later on anyway, but the experience that you get is based on the level of the monster and not your current level. So might as well get it done now while I can utilize that experience better because of my level. And hopefully by the time I'm level 10, or hopefully by the time we get back into Ulda, I'll be level 10, so then I can do two of my class quests, the level 5 and the level 10. The early on levels, it's one class quest for every 5 levels, so that's levels 1 through 50. And then the expansion ones are a little different in terms of what level your job's class quests are. So, mostly because in the expansions there's only a 10 level increase rather than A Realm Reborn where it's 1 through 50. Just noticed that this is a level 6 hammer beak instead of a level 7. Level 7 was the first one that we killed. And as you might have seen in the last few battles, there was a orange kind of triangular area that's the AO of a certain skill of a monster. Sometimes they're circles, sometimes they're triangles triangles like that, and other times there are various other patterns or designs. It's best to avoid them. Otherwise, for example, I think with the Hammerbeak, that skill there would actually poison you. And if you don't have a lot of health or high defense, that can take a toll. So if you're a healer, it's not so bad because you can heal yourself. If you're a DPS, it's a little more hurtful. As I'm a tank, not so bad, because I have a lot more health than most other classes, hence tank. Tanks are usually high health and high defense. So we'll talk to Roger first. Roger, drink for ya lassie. Ya won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than at me place. Plantation pumpkin. It is believed that after eating a pumpkin for the first time, the Sultana fell in love with the nutty flavor and ordered all her royal plantations to grow the vegetable. She must like pumpkins. What's that? We, Sido asked ye to bring this for me? Ha! So even that foul-mouthed drunk needs the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried this drunken sodden arse back home. But hell is an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the royal plantations. I can't wait to see what the cooks'll do with her. The lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn to try something new. Thanks for the help, lassie. Roger needs an extra hand to take orders. You know, lassie, if you're just gonna stand around with your thumb up your arse, I can give you something to do. Thanks for me unbelievably low prices, we've no shortage of customers here at the Coffer and Coffin. And by the same token, I can't afford to hire much help. We're chronically understaffed. What's more, there's those lazy arse types that refuse to come and order at the counter. It'd be a great help if you could attend these customers for me. Mark their orders on these here slips, then bring them here. Oh, and don't forget about the old Adolphins outside. So I kid you not, it took me about 10 minutes to do this quest when I first played the game because I didn't actually notice the mini-map or think to open up the map. So I couldn't find everybody. It was kinda sad. Falls balls, I'm spent grilled dodo and a tankard of ale to wash it down. Ah, here I am again, spending what meager coin I've got at the coffin. It ain't me fault, I tell ye. You'd do the best if your wife served up shite every bleeding day. Maybe. Rickard, gods, I'm starving. Bring me ale, grilled dodo, and smoked shrew loaf, and make it quick. He wasn't kidding when they said they eat meat. Business is good, too good even. I've never got the time to take a piss, let alone eat. The mere thought of the coffin's cooking makes my mouth water. The strongest brandy wine you've got. I need help to forget. Don't know what you need to forget, but okay. And dolphins. Roger's new errand girl, are you? Well then, I'll keep it simple for you, your sake. A tankard of your finest ale, chilled with an ice shard. Haha. There's nothing like a tall drink to help one forget about the trifling things in life, like work. Okay. That's all the orders then? Oily order slip. A standard order slip used by Coffer and Coffin wenches who have difficulty, remembering all the demands of their customers. Let's see here. Ale, brand wine, grilled dodo. And for dolphins, let me guess, 1 tankard of ale, right? Right, bleedin' miser, that's one. I had to put me boot up his arse. And you're out. You did good, lassie. By way of thanks, I'm gonna tell you something that ought to prove to your profit. And here's one of the options. So, this is an item, an eatable item. So, mustard eggs, and you can see the various attributes, effects. The critical hit plus 7%, vitality plus 4, direct hit rate, and then the description of the, obviously there's a fate. Boiled egg covered in mustard. Complex dish consisting of boiled egg covered in mustard. Preparation should only be attempted by the most skilled culinarians. And the most important thing, aside from the effects, is experience bonus plus 3%, and the duration is 30 minutes. And then, as it says, duration can be extended to 60 minutes by consuming multiple servings. Or you can sell it. And then it gives you the sell price. So, in this case, you can either choose this or the Elegant Tin Piece, which are only worth 75. This is more beneficial, I think, early on, because you get an experience bonus, which is helpful for leveling up. And this also introduced your first roll action to your level. And once again, I'll just leave this for you guys to read at your leisure. And for the most part, I get to do it anyway, so the actions and traits there, that's just in the character. Actions and traits, or you can hit the P key on your keyboard, or I'm not sure how it is on the PS4, so what I did was just click the checkbox here, and you can see you have your roles. These are available at levels 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, and it tells you which ones you can get. You can mouse over them to see what the skills are, what level they are, and what they do. In this case, this is Rampart. So once you've clicked this, not from here, but from here, you can drag it to your hotbar, and now it's there. You can't actually click and drag from here. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah. So having this light turns active, and as you can see, because I deactivated it up here, it actually grays out a bit down in the hotbar. And once again, it's fully colored. So we'll just talk to Roger here. Roger has an exciting proposition for adventurers looking for work. Word is Blackbrush Station sorely undermanned. The stone torches there can't get a moment's peace. It didn't help none that the antlings have been multiplying like it's nobody's business. For every critter worn on, his crew put down, 2 more of them buggers spawn in its place. I was thinking mayhap you can make yourself useful at the station by culling some antlings. I don't doubt Warren could appreciate the help. And if you win his trust, he's like to have more work for you. Mind you, he'll need to show the man proof of your deeds. 5 or so antling mandibles ought to do the talking for you. And of course, because I already killed the antlings with the the hunting log, well, oh well. Fish futile. There are no suitable specimens, but I shall not surrender. Fatty Orbon. Thick cuts of Orbon so fresh you can eat it raw, but probably shouldn't unless you enjoy parasites. Orbon, of course, but wait, how did you know of my Epicurean endeavor? Well, it matters not. The solution you suggest is sensational. Sauté with salt, a squirt of sun lemon, so simple yet sublime. That actually sounds pretty good. Be kind of like salmon, I guess. Fish is a costly commodity here in Thanalan. Were it not for your local largesse, I'm not sure how to say that word, I would have been forced to fork out a fortune to have some brought hither. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, apparently he has another quest. Wilbur needs an adventurer to furnish him with fresh shrew meat. Ah, bugger. My stores of shrew meat are nearly not. The meat is an indispensable ingredient for making my smoked shrew loaves, which are famous for their fantastic flavor. Fortunately, I am no fool. In preparation for this possibility, I have set 2 barrel traps outside our establishment. Alas, I'm not accustomed to butchering live beasts. If you could do the deed in my stead and bring me the meat, I can continue to cook. And before the fate runs out, I'm just gonna help with the fate. Which is up here somewhere. Because why not? Extra experience and all that. I also like that for the boss fates, the music in the background actually changes, which is pretty cool. And just because I know this fate already, I know where to run for the spawns. You can catch the bad guys so it's faster. And if the NPCs stay alive, it usually is also faster. In the case of the lower fates, the NPCs, even if they die, they basically respawn, so that it's not impossible. As you can see, my health is dropping pretty quickly, so I should let the NPCs grab up the enmity or aggro of these monsters so I don't die. Otherwise, I can just use a potion, which I forgot to put back on my hotbar when I was changing the UI around. Fortunately, I can open up this and just right-click and use. Which is probably a good thing, and before I forget, I'm just gonna drink that there. Unfortunately, there's a cooldown for how soon you can use the potion, but this fate is almost done, so hopefully it finishes before I die. If you do die, unfortunately, you will either spawn at your home point, or you will spawn right where you are if someone revives you. And as you can see, that succeeded, and they ran away, so I'm alive. Yay! The resistance. Must be a Star Wars thing. No, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna head over this way until a quieter time, kill the antlings, and I guess look at the barrel traps, whatever they are. And then once there's that done, then we will probably be able to head back into Ulda. I might grab my class quests. Untamed Troop. And one more over there. You might have noticed the spirit bond thing with the various gear that I have equipped. I truthfully never understood the spirit bond thing, so hopefully if anybody who's watching this can explain it to me, that would be fantastic. I've never actually bothered to look it up because I didn't think it was very relevant. I know that fully spirit bonded gear can be used to desynthesize or whatever from materia, but other than that, that's all I've got. I imagine there's more relevance to it than just that. And one more entry. And we'll just run over that way. And since I'm almost there, I'm actually going to go over to that aetheryte, and attune to it, so that I can teleport to it, so I can navigate faster, or just go the long way and run, which is more often than not what I do anyway. Well, looks like I had to go this way. Anyhow. So let's just attune to the Aetheryte. I actually really like the animation. It's pretty cool. Teleport, learn. What? You say you put down some antlings? You are scarce the first to come here and make that claim, hoping to earn quick coin. Unless you have proof of that feat, you'll not see a single gill from me. And look at that, we have antling mandibles. The hard, jagged jaw of an antling worker. Are those antling mandibles? Then it's true, you really cull the beasts. I apologize for doubting your words. With Ul'dah nearby, you'd think we were out of harm's way. Truth is, the antlings have been more active than ever. You can never have too many able-bodied adventurers to help preserve the peace in the area. If you would lend us your aid, I should gladly assign you a task. Gods know we have no shortage of them here. And here's another option again of... well, strength and dexterity is more important for a tank, and as that is my current class, we will go with that. And something that I didn't notice or even bother trying to do early on is that whenever there's an NPC and you usually have a quest, you can usually talk to someone who's nearby. And they kind of have a relevant text sometimes to your current class quest, or quest that's right there. So keep an eye on these tracks, and sooner or later you'll see one of the magic tech contraptions hauling a train of ore-filled wagons. Do we got problems with thugs and thieves making off with the shipments? Not while the stone torches are on the job. Oh, and look at that. It's my first shield. Or will be, hopefully. Warren wishes you to inspect your equipment before he will set you to task. We use stone torches or sell swords hired by Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern to protect its interests. Our primary duty here is to keep the tracks clear of pests, and it is for this purpose that we require your aid. We have proven that you have some skill at arms, but before I send you into the midst of fell fiends, I would inspect your gear. A single piece of gear can mean the difference between life and death. I'll not have it on my conscience that I sent an ill-equipped adventurer to an untimely demise. See to it that your arms and armor are in order. When you are ready, present yourself to me again. And then it explains, equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above before returning to speak with Warren. And then another pop-up help of where you can view your gear. So, and see, and just gonna go to the recommended gear, and it'll probably tell me, and you can see some of my gear changed. Level 5, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 5, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1. You can see I'm just looking under all classes in green there. Just below that is level 1, or in this case level 5. So, what did I need? Head, body, hands, legs, and feet with level 5 gear, so this is good, so I need legs, hands, and body, so this, and that. And it'd probably be a good idea to get a better weapon. So we'll get back to that in a bit. We will go talk to... well, first I'm going to open up my inventory to see if I have anything that's actually level 5, and probably not. So either you can head over to Ul'dah and get better gear by purchasing it, or hopefully you have a friend that's already in-game who can craft you some. It's kind of tricky to craft lower gear, and it's not too costly early on. Have you carved up the critters? Quickly, else my customers will complain. Fresh shrew meat. The flavor of shrew meat is only bearable if it is prepared within 6 bells of its harvest. Even then, it still might be blended with strong spices and smoked to be considered even remotely edible. The rich, robust redness shrew meat is lean yet lovely. I'll learn you. Slathered in my secret sauce and smoked, it is a symphony of savory sensations that will satisfy even the most critical connoisseur. It takes time to prepare it properly though, so I fear we may be forced to deny our dedicated customers their desired dinner regardless. And there we have a belt, or that one. But again, as I said, strength and dexterity are much better for a tank, which is my current class. And because I'm usually lazy, I just go like that. And I knew that was the only belt that I had, so yeah. So we are going to go back into Thanalin, so we're going to head this way. Or not Thanalin, we're in Thanalin. We're going to head back into Ul'dah, and get some better gear. And then I might go to the other side to finish those other side quests and just to grab my class quests. See from there. It does take a while to travel when you can only run or walk. Well, in this case I'm jogging, but if I were to walk it would take a lot longer. So I just hit a key on my keyboard there to allow my character to walk. You can toggle to jog. And then there's running. Now we're actually in Western Thanalin, which is where I needed to go for one of these quests anyway. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of side quests here. Well, I am temporarily going to ignore those because we'll do those in the next video. We'll just head over here, run through here, and you can see there's a purple one. I'll get to that in the next video. And I'll work on the cactars later, but I will kill the ladybugs since that's part of the side quests on this side here. So I'll just do the ladybugs, because that should be quick. And of course, because I didn't actually kill that one, it's going to be fine long. Okay, now it's done. Now I just need one more. And then once we're done that, we will head to Ul'dah, which is right here. Oh, I guess there's one more. I can't count. Oh, I see, that's why. I was thinking of the Hunlog there. Okay, now so we're done with that. It was just me zooming in. Don't mind that. I have the habit of doing that also. We'll just run into Ul'dah. And we'll turn in this quest, and then I think that'll be it for this video, and then we can pick up with my better gear in the next video. I'll just talk to him. The Mishu, Scorpion crossing the way couldn't be simpler. Pass through this gate and head west until you come upon it. Delivering a package, are you? In that case, you'll want to speak to Oswald when you arrive. Well, I'm guessing that's back out that way. Oh well. So we'll head into Ul'dah and talk, or not to Ul'dah, we'll head over this way first to deliver the Oswald package. That's out back and where we just were, but I will turn in this ladybug quest, I think it is. Oh, no, it's a report to a gladiator kill. Duh. Okay. Back in one piece, are you? It's about bloody time. Yeah, it did take a while, didn't it? I admit you look as though you just picked up a sword yesterday, but you handled yourself well enough, I'll give you that. And here, I'll give you this as well. Ain't worth a night in Ul'dah's finest pillow house, but I'm sure you'll find a use for it. And you see we have gloves now. So we don't actually have to buy those. And that's the thing with the early quests, is if that you're careful. So right now I just need pants and a body. And we'll just see. Yeah, see, here's the class quest for a better body and also for a better weapon. So we'll pick up from there next class or next video. So thanks for watching.